Hello and welcome back to Transfer Hub and welcome to Deadline Day here on Up the Villa podcast. So if you are new to our channel, subscribe, drop this video a like and get involved in the comment section down below. But before you do that, please head over to footballcontentawards.com, find the voting page and vote for us under Best New Content Creator. The deadline for that is on Sunday. So in this episode, I'm just going to run through briefly some of the targets, some of the signings Villa are linked with on deadline day. I'm going to give my match reaction from the Arsenal game. And then hopefully, if there are some big-ish signings, we'll be back on later on this evening to give our thoughts on those. And we'll have our match preview for Manchester City as well. But so please get that long-haired headband football prince in my football club. Connor Gallagher, you guys have known that I am a massive admirer of Connor Gallagher. I think he's fantastic. I think from the first day of the window opening, I identified him as a signing which would make our midfield 10 times better. We would be more dynamic. We would be more explosive. We would be winning the ball back quicker. We would be giving it to our front three quicker. Everything that we need from a midfielder, he would be doing. He would be box to box. He would just be engaging with the opposition more. He's just a fantastic footballer. We saw what he was like for Palace last season. He had a fantastic loan spell there. We've done previous transfer hubs all about him, looking at him more in a little bit more in depth and in more detail. But deadline day is not the day to do that. We're not going to be going in depth on any of these targets that I'm going to discuss today. But Villa fans, let me know. I mean, yesterday it came out that we had enquired. The bid should be going in. The bid should be going in, whether it's a loan bid or a bid of a fee. It should be slapped on the table, and we need Connor Gallagher. Basically, the way I got to look at it is, and I got to look at what we got now. I got to look at what we're playing. I got to look at who the manager is now. He would help this side. He would help this side drastically. He would add legs, energy. It'd just be fantastic signing for Aston Villa. So I am fingers crossed that we could get that one done. But if I'm being honest, the position that Villa are in is not a pretty one. We're virtually bottom of the Premier League. There's better suitors out there. I mean, it hates me to say it, but a Palace are better suited than Villa at the minute. 100%. 100%. You'd rather go Palace than Villa. So that is something that he's not good at the minute. We are also linked with Lucas Moura, which, again, I think would be a really good signing. I think he's destroyed us over the years. He's just his movement, creativity, his goals, he's pacey on the counter. So I think he would be a good signing. Is it what I think we fundamentally need right now? No, but are we in a position now to turn our nose up at signings? No. So get him through the door as well. And then the other one is Dendoncker. Now, I really like Dendoncker. I think he's a really good central midfielder. Again, he's another one that's destroyed us on his day at Wolves. He's got that positional awareness. He's a central midfielder. And I just think we need central midfielders. So I'm all for Dendoncker. I am all for Dendoncker. I think he would give us that little bit of something that we are missing. But outgoings, I feel like Douglas Luiz could go today. I really feel like Luiz could go. Hearing what Gerrard said after the game, that we're in no position to sort of say whether we want to keep him or not. It's all down to him. If the fee comes in of around 15, 20, 25 mil for me, he's out the door. He's gone. Because we can't allow that contract to run down and do Boubacar Kamara and let him leave on a free. I don't think we could do that. I think if the fee comes in, I think we'd sell him. But this is where I've got a problem with it. We would have known, and Gerard would have known, that he does not fancy Morgan Sanson. So if you don't fancy Morgan Sanson, you need another central midfielder in, because we are light in central midfield. He doesn't like Nakamba, right? So if he doesn't like Nakamba, he doesn't like Sanson. You've got potential of Douglas Luiz going. That's 3 central midfielders that are potentially going to leave in this window, potentially leave today. What does that leave us with? It leaves us with Kamara, McGinn, and Ramsey, and Irabunum, who potentially could go on loan. It's too light. That area, fundamentally for me, is our worst position, and potentially today we could be left really light. So hopefully we've thought about it and we know who's coming in. If some leave, then fair enough. But I'm a little bit worried about that area. I am a little bit worried about the area. So let's talk about yesterday. Let's talk about Arsenal. Now, me, Justin, we did our episode and we said that we wanted to match them up and go 4-2-3-1. We stuck with the same formation. And before I start, what a fantastic side Arsenal are. They are quality, dynamic, pacey, hungry for the ball. Their manager's on the sideline. He's harassing, he's shouting, he's kicking every ball. And that mirrors their team. That mirrors their team. Their manager mirrors their team, right? Our manager, ponderous, lack of energy, lack of dynamism, lack of belief. Our manager all game, chilling, fingers, arms like this. He's not berating, he's not shouting, he's not going mad. He's just stood there like this. So Arsenal, fantastic side. They're playing really good football, and you know, I'm in awe of Arteta at the minute because I think he's fantastic. I think he's a brilliant coach, and the way he's got him playing is absolutely fantastic. So first, and we said this before the game, we need to get this to 20-25 minutes at 0-0. And fair play to us, we did, didn't we? We took it deep in the first half before we conceded. And what do I think? If you're asking me 100% what I think, right? How I want my Villa side to play, how I want to watch Villa, how I want us to play week in, week out, it was crap, right? But if you're asking the position that we're in now, that little bit of organisation, it was all right. But we can't lay a glove on these teams, and that is the frustrating thing. We cannot get anywhere near them. The first ball goes live. The second ball goes live. The third ball goes live, and we're out of position. We're chasing shadows all game, and it's just frustrating when you're watching it that we pick the ball up in a decent area, and we go long. We pick the ball up in a decent area. We try and find our player. We can't keep hold of the ball. We can't turn over that ball once we've got it, and that is the frustrating thing. I watched Newcastle. They get that ball. They ping it straight to St. Maxim. St. Maxim controls it. He goes on a run. The willing runners come through, and they're bombarding the box. Now, we've got a Leon Bailey and a Ollie Watkins that have got a little bit of pace about them. But I felt sorry for Bailey against Arsenal because he gets the ball and there's nothing for him to pass to. And I've said it about 3 or 4 episodes ago. Villa play in stages and we're not cohesive. The back four get it. They feel like their job's done. They'll then knock it to the midfielders. They go backwards. It don't flow, and that's the frustrating thing for me. And that epitomised it in that first half when Martinez passed to Mings, And then McGings knocked it and it went out for a corner. I'm just like, you're putting yourself in unwanted pressure. And it's just so frustrating. I thought Arsenal were good first half. And then second half, we came out with a little bit more fight, didn't we? A little bit more desire. But until we keep hold of that football, we are banging trouble. And time again, we give the ball away. And it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. I watch Arsenal when we had the ball. And they get into like that low block area. But what they do when they're in that area is they want to win the football back. They push out and try and win the ball. Now, what we do is when we're in that position, we stand off and we allow them to move the ball around. We don't engage. We don't try and win the ball. And that is the problem. So that was an area that I felt like we were purring. Again, when it goes out wide to Luca Dean and Matty Cash, there's nobody in the box. There's nobody in the box. There's no central midfielders in the box. There can't be central midfielders in the box because your fullbacks have gone forward. So you look at, I saw an image of when Bailey had the ball and there was Watkins in the box on his own, surrounded by 5 or 6 Arsenal players. And he's got no chance, absolutely no chance. And the only way I see us scoring goals at the minute is if we had an Ivan Toney up front, someone that's going to hold the ball up, bring players into play, create something on his own. Because at the minute, I don't see none of that. I just don't see nothing. And you know, when that Eddie Nketiah came on, you know, he was holding the ball up, he was running, he was doing everything, and I just thought, why can't Watkins do that? So frustrating game. You know, and I think some fans could probably think, you know what, it was only 2-1. It was only 2-1, and we did all right. We showed a bit of fight, but the bigger picture is we didn't lay a glove on them. We don't use the ball well enough, and we still lost. We lost another game. So yeah, it's frustrating. It's really frustrating because the style of play is just not there. We got Man City coming up, and what's that going to be? That's going to be in the 5-0, 6-0 mark, because he'll play the same system, and it'll be the same against Arsenal. So I'm frustrated, Villa fans. I'm annoyed. I just don't see how this side can get any better. And I said it against, who did I say it against? It would have been against, I can't even think who we played the weekend. West Ham, so against West Ham. We are just waiting to lose games. We're just waiting to lose games before he'll get the sack. You know, his interview after the game, even he's now despondent. And he was feisty before, wasn't he? He would chomp on them questions when they came in. He would give them shirty answers, but he's now saying, "Oh, my job's now. Yeah, it's not in my hands. It's in someone else's hands." Oh, mate, Villa fans, let me know what you're saying. I've tried to give a bit of a transfer hub match reaction, but yeah, we'll be back hopefully. We'll be back hopefully if we do some business, and then we'll have our match preview for City coming out probably on Friday. So thanks for watching. Up the Villa.